The 2-2 from Trinan. Terang strikes out swinging. Blake Trinan slams the door. That's a win for LA. They hang on and take game one of the National League Championship Series by a final of 2-1.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Castrovance. Today is Tuesday, October 14th, and on today's show, we're going to help you digest last night's double order of ALCS. The National League Championship Series is underway, and the American League Championship Series is going Seattle's way. So let's give you all the LCS, that's League Championship substance, you need to start your day. Away we go. Ahead of the NLCS that began Monday night in Milwaukee, there had been a lot of back and forth about who or what or whether there was an underdog in this matchup. By star power, the underdog is the Brewers, who were not widely counted as a contender going into 2025 and whose own manager dubbed them the Average Joes earlier this year. By record, on the other hand, the Brewers had the best one-loss mark in MLB, which is why they have home field advantage against the defending champion Dodgers. Blake Snell reminded us of this prior to Game 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good lineup. I'm not falling for the average Joes that they're not. I never once thought, I mean, they got the best record in the NL. They're a really good team.
The Brewers are a really good team, but the fact of the matter is that they are a team built on development and wily trades and general organizational cohesion. The Dodgers have a lot of that going for them too, but they also have the financial resources to roll out of bed and sign someone like Blake Snell, the two-time Cy Young winner they added in free agency last winter. And that made a big difference in Game 1, which might as well be known as the Blake Snell game. First, it was known as the game that gave us one of the craziest defensive plays you will ever see in the postseason. In the fourth inning, as both teams struggled to get a run across, the Dodgers had the bases loaded against Quinn Priester and one out when Max Muncy hit a long drive to deep center.
And Muncy skies one to center field, hit well. This one's got a chance. Freeland going back to the wall. He leaps. It's in and out of his glove, but he caught it. And now chaos on the bases. Might have a play at the plate. The throw. Not in time. No, he's out. He's out. It's a forced play at the plate, and he is out.
Center fielder Sal Frelick couldn't quite corral the potential grand slam, but his glove did keep it in the park, and then the Brewers took advantage of the Dodgers' confusion on the base paths by relaying the throw home to get Teoscar Hernandez out by force and double up Will Smith at third in your run-of-the-mill 8-6-2 inning-ending quote-unquote grounded into double play. There has not been a play like that in the regular season since 2004, and had not been a play like that in the postseason in at least the last 35 years, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. Finally, in the sixth, Freddie Freeman faced reliever Chad Patrick and decided, you know what, why don't I just hit one over the wall?
Freeman, a high fly ball to right. It is deep. Back on it, Churio, and Freddie Freeman sends one out of here. A rainmaker to right field, and the Dodgers strike first.
With that, the Dodgers struck first for a 1-0 lead. That was a slim lead, but a huge one for Snell, who was about as untouchable as a pitcher can be in a non-no-hitter. Snell faced the minimum 24 batters in 8 innings of work, retiring the last 17 batters he faced, striking out 10 total, and not walking anybody. The only hit he allowed was a Caleb Durbin single in the third that resulted in a pickoff. The Dodgers added insurance in the ninth when Abner Uribe walked Mookie Betts with the bases loaded, and that turned out to be one huge run. In the bottom of the ninth, Dodgers rookie and newly installed closer Roki Sasaki had his first shaky outing of an otherwise electric October. He gave up a 1-out walk, served up a ground rule double to Jake Bauers, and a sacrifice fly to Jackson Churio, and left with 2 on and 2 out, and the Dodgers clinging to a 2-1 lead. the Dodgers turned to struggling veteran Blake Trinan, who walked William Contreras to load the bases. And when Bryce Terang was nearly plunked with a Trinan sweeper, it was a 2-2 count with the game on the line.
Terang, a swing and a miss, and Blake Trinan closes the door. The Brewers strand the bases loaded, and the beleaguered Dodger bullpen searching for answers. They found one in Blake Trinan tonight. Dodgers win a thriller in Milwaukee.
So the defending champs survived 2-1 and are off to a good start in their quest to win another NL pennant. Coming up, the Mariners might have been sleepless in Seattle, but they were sure cognizant in Canada. That's after the break. After playing a 5-hour, 15-inning winner-take-all last Friday night against the Tigers and traveling across the continent, weren't the Mariners supposed to be tired? Seattle's Game 1 starter Bryce Miller and Game 2 starter Logan Gilbert were both slotted in on short rest against a Blue Jays team that had plenty of time to prepare for this ALCS. But to anyone who said the Mariners couldn't sleepily cross the border and come away winners on the road, they were here to tell you, yes, we can. In Game 1, Miller delivered a gem. Cal Raleigh hit his 62nd homer of the calendar year, and Jorge Polanco, who had already delivered the walk-off base hit to beat the Tigers, hit the go-ahead RBI single in an eventual 3-1 victory for the M's. And then along came Game 2 on Monday night, and it began with a bang. The Mariners quickly put 2 aboard against Toronto rookie starter Trey Savage, and then it was Julio Rodriguez up to bat.
Here's his 1-2. Rodriguez hooks one in the air, down the line. If it's fair, it's got a chance, and it's gone. Julio Rodriguez with a 3-run shot in the first inning.
Just like that, it was 3-0 Mariners before the first out was even recorded. But remember, Gilbert was pitching on short rest after working 2 innings of relief in Game 5 against the Tigers in the division series. The Jays were able to take advantage and get right back in the ballgame with a 2-run first sparked by a George Springer double, and then Toronto tied it in the second when Nathan Lucas had his second run-scoring single of the game. In the top of the 5th, Savage left with 2 aboard, and then Louis Varland had to face the guy we might have to start calling George Herman Polanco.
Shot to right center field. Varsho on the run. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It's gone! It's Polanco again! Jorge Polanco is owning October for the Mariners.
Hip, hip, Jorge. A 3-run homer and another huge swing from Polanco, who is etching his name onto that long and delightful list of unexpected October heroes. With that, it was 6-3, and the Mariners just wouldn't stop. They scored again in the 6th and got a 2-run homer from Josh Naylor to score Polanco in a 3-run 7th. They boat raced the Blue Jays in a 10-3 victory to go up 2-0 in the best of 7, and Rogers Center was shrouded in stunned silence yet again. The ALCS is now headed to T-Mobile Park in Seattle, where we'll resume tomorrow night at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:08 local on FS1, with the Mariners just 2 wins away from their first World Series appearance ever. Here's what the current Mr. October, Polanco, had to say afterward about what looms in the Pacific Northwest.
I expect a lot of noise from the fans. I know they're going to show up. I know they're going to bring a lot of energy for us. I know they're going to come and support us, and we're just going to go there and keep competing.
Blue Jays, who will send Shane Bieber to the hill opposite George Kirby in Game 3 tomorrow night, are going to try to become the first team to lose the first 2 games at home and prevail in a 7-game series since the Yankees did it against the Braves in the 1996 World Series. It's a daunting task for a Blue Jays team that surprisingly looked like the sleepy ones in these 2 games in Toronto. Here's what their skipper, John Schneider, had to say.
Always going to have optimism about this team. I think just looking at it as a whole, we got to figure out ways to generate some more offense, and give the guys a ton of credit for coming back, down 3, you tie it. They just made more swings than us the last 2 games, kind of what it comes down to. So we got to figure out a way to limit damage, 1, and 2, generate more offense.
One last bit of news from Monday. Mike Shildt, who just 1 year ago signed a contract extension to manage the Padres through 2027, announced his retirement from his post. A stunning decision on the heels of two of the most successful regular seasons in Padres history. In a statement, Shildt said, quote, "The grind of the baseball season has taken a severe toll on me mentally, physically, and emotionally. While it has always been about serving others, it's time I take care of myself and exit on my terms." With Rob Thompson reportedly expected to remain manager of the Phillies, there are currently vacancies with the Padres, Orioles, Angels, Twins, Braves, Rockies, Padres, Giants, and Nationals. It's going to be a busy offseason, folks. That's all for the morning lineup today. Remember, Game 2 of the NLCS gets going tonight at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time on TBS. Matt Monaghan will be back here with you tomorrow. Until next time, thanks for listening. Please be sure to leave us a rating and review, share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life, and enjoy the game tonight.